They don't have a compound, they don't have a car, they don't have anything. And nothing is more painful than to work for 15 years as an honest person. And for a small misdemeanor, they find you at a pub and deport you. This is why some people come home after 1 year when they think of what they have lost. The time they have wasted, they become mad people and become a bigger problem to the society. I'm not scaring you. These are realities. I'm not concocting any stories. So it's up to you to decide, but let me make it very clear. When you go for greener pastures, and those pastures turn brown, and Gambia is very green, when you come, you'll find me here. I'll be waiting for you. Well, as some people, when they left in '94, thinking that Gambia is going to the dogs, these little boys are going to spoil our country. They came back, some are coming back, surprised. But one thing, they have wasted 17 years in Babylon. They don't have a house in Babylon, they don't have a house in Gambia. Isn't it strange that you become a stranger in your own country? But life is a choice. The day has been very long. What I want us to do is for all of us to understand that we have to sacrifice together to bring about the economic superpower. The road to national development, the road to achieving the destination of an economic superpower is a rail link, where every link in the railway is very important. All of us as Gambians, and especially you young and energetic graduates, you have a role to play in our march towards the economic superpower status. For the University of the Gambia, my advice to all of you, faculty and staff and whatever, is to understand that on any given day, only one would be a vice chancellor. One would lead the university and the rest would follow. Tomorrow it could be you. The world is 3 days. If you want to clog the wheel of development of the university just because Yahya Jammeh is the vice chancellor, ask yourself this question. Maybe tomorrow I can become the vice chancellor. How would I feel if people try to scuttle the ship of development? But I also want the vice chancellor to understand that even God has enemies. Do what is right. Fear nobody. Do what is right. Don't be scared by the barking of dogs. The prophets had enemies. Up to today they have enemies. You heard of the caricatures and the cartoons. Despite the fact that they are long gone, they still have enemies. There are people who decide to worship Satan instead of God. These are God's enemies. If God, the Almighty, has enemies, who are you, Vice Chancellor, not to have enemies? What you should pray for is not to have enemies, but to have useless enemies that can never do you any harm, so that they will always be unhappy to see you succeed. Well, the Chancellor has a lot of enemies for which I am proud, because each time they expect that I will fail, I succeed. I'm always smiling, and they are always frowning. And that's their problem. It's a choice. But to expect that everybody will work with you, why do you think I dismiss people? You think they do a good job, that's why I dismiss them? No. Sometimes you have to let go. There are useful enemies and treacherous enemies. But what is important is that you have to be focused and work with the team that is ready to work with you. Also, as a leader, this is also for you, the graduates. If you are given any responsibility, what is your first priority as a newcomer? To be everybody's friend? If yes, you say yes. Or you don't understand. I know you are hungry, but I also didn't eat anything. But if you want to show me that you are hungry, I also want to show you that I'm hungry by continuing this speech. The MC has powers, but I have extra powers now. Because he cannot come back and say, Mr. Chancellor, time is up. That power he doesn't have. Now, to be serious, this is a very important question. Would you prefer to be everybody's friend or to be a friend on one side and have some enemies on the other side? Everybody's friend. Why don't you want to be everybody's friend? Because if you are a leader, or you are working anywhere, you are a servant or whatever, if you want to be everybody's friend, you will be a friend to thieves, you will be a friend to honest people. Can you worship God and dance at the same time? No. What is the best friend you should look for? Honest, hardworking, God-fearing people. As I said, do what is right, fear nobody. But do what is wrong. Each time the door opens, you are looking around. Did they come for me? Each time a vehicle passes with tinted glasses without registration, you wonder when they stop to ask for direction, you wonder whether the NIA is asking for you. Do what is right. Be honest. And also, as young people, some of you are not young, I know. Do not look at somebody's achievement and say, I am better qualified than him or her. I should have had what she has. And then you begrudge the person. If the following day the person drops dead, would you say, oh, I'm better qualified than him, I should have died? Remember that whatever is